Over 99.9% of all species that ever lived on Earth are gone, and soon we might join them. What if extinction isn't just a rare tragedy, but nature's default? What if every creature, no matter how mighty or adaptable, is doomed to disappear after just a few million years? From towering dinosaurs to tiny island mammoths, life's greatest survivors have all fallen to a hidden clock ticking beneath evolution itself. In this video, we uncover the chilling truth behind the 15 million year limit and why no species, not even us, is safe from nature's ultimate deadline. Imagine this. For every creature that ever slithered through ancient ferns, soared over primordial seas, or thundered across the Jurassic plains, nearly all have vanished. Fossils, silent, shattered echoes, are all that remain of a world once teeming with unthinkable diversity. Since life first sparked on Earth over 3.7 billion years ago, scientists estimate that anywhere between 770 million and a staggering 5 billion different species have come and gone. And of that colossal number, less than 0.1% are still here today. That's right. Over 99.9% of all species that ever lived are now extinct. But here's the strange part. Extinction isn't just a tragic accident or a rare cataclysm. It's the norm, the rule, not the exception. There appears to be an invisible barrier, an evolutionary limit that almost no species can overcome. That number? 15 million years. It's not a hard deadline where a clock runs out and poof, extinction. But across the fossil record, scientists discovered that the average lifespan of a species rarely even gets close to that mark. Most bow out far earlier. In fact, mammals, our group, tend to last around just 1 million years before, vanishing or evolving into something new. If that pattern holds, Homo sapiens may only have around 700,000 years left on the clock. Even the mighty dinosaurs, behemoths that ruled Earth for 160 million years, didn't have it much better when looked at species by species. Take hadrosaurs, or duck-billed dinosaurs. Despite their widespread success, the average hadrosaur species existed for only about 500,000 years. Think about that. These animals dominated ancient ecosystems, adapted to a variety of habitats, evolved complex social behaviors, and still, they couldn't beat the game of survival. It makes you wonder, why is staying alive for millions of years so incredibly difficult? To unravel this mystery, scientists dove deep into the fossil record, analyzing extinction rates across virtually every taxonomic group. The answer that emerged was sobering. The world is stacked against survival, not because of one single threat, but because of a gauntlet of relentless, overlapping dangers. Life is a constant test, a maze rigged with traps, and very few make it through. One of the most treacherous traps is co-extinction, a phenomenon where one species disappears simply because another one did. Every living thing depends on others, for food, for shelter, for reproduction. Take parasites, for example. Many rely on a single host species. When the host goes extinct, the parasite goes with it. Or look at New Zealand's Haast's eagle, a massive raptor that once ruled the skies until its main prey, the flightless moa, was hunted to extinction by humans. The eagle couldn't adapt, and it too vanished shortly after. What makes co-extinction especially dangerous is that it can set off a chain reaction. One loss leads to another, and then another, until entire ecosystems collapse like dominoes. In today's world, with humans altering habitats and wiping out species at an alarming rate, this danger is even more pronounced. Up to half of all species currently at risk of extinction are entangled in such dependent relationships, and when one falls, many more may follow. But even species that don't rely on others aren't safe, because sometimes the threat comes from within, from the very thing that makes us, our genes. Genetic health is crucial to long-term survival. In large, diverse populations, harmful mutations are usually diluted out. But in small groups, those same mutations can spread quickly, wreaking havoc. Take the Wrangel Island mammoths, for example. As their populations dwindled after the Ice Age, a small group survived on a remote island. Isolated and inbred, their gene pool degraded over generations. They developed brittle hair, poor senses, fertility issues, even signs of diabetes. Eventually, their genomes were so damaged that researchers described them as genetically broken. Within just a few thousand years, the last mammoths quietly faded from the Earth. It's a harsh reality. Low genetic diversity can doom a species, even in the absence of predators or environmental changes. And ironically, even too much success can backfire. A species that thrives in a limited, stable area may have no incentive to migrate, resulting in a genetically vulnerable population. One disease, one mutation, one disaster, and the whole system can collapse. Speaking of disasters, nature has no shortage of external threats either. Predation, competition, and disease are a trio of ever-present dangers. In ancient times, these battles played out on titanic scales. During the Great American Interchange, for example, North and South American species collided when the Isthmus of Panama formed. This created an evolutionary free-for-all. Saber-toothed cats, giant sloths, terror birds, all fighting for survival. Many species were simply overwhelmed by competition from newcomers and disappeared forever. Even subtle shifts can upend everything. A flood in a valley, a spike in predators, a rise in temperature. Evolution doesn't happen in a vacuum. Species are constantly adapting, but so are their rivals. In the Mesozoic, theropod dinosaurs like Carcharodontosaurus and Allosaurus were sometimes locked in geographic standoffs, their ranges defined by which predator dominated the region. Even small advantages could spell doom for a competitor. Then, there's disease. One of the most notorious examples is Batrachochytrium dendrobatitis, a fungal infection that has decimated amphibian populations across the globe, causing dozens of extinctions. Diseases, especially when paired with invasive species, can become unstoppable. And while we often think of these as modern problems, invasive species are as old as life itself. The arrival of new animals in a region, be it ancient cats crossing continents or marine reptiles exploring new seas, can cause shockwaves in existing ecosystems. And yet there's one final twist in this story. One last reason why hitting 15 million years is nearly impossible. Evolution itself. Species are not static. They change, they split, they morph into entirely new forms. This process, called speciation, means that even if a lineage persists, the original species is technically gone. Evolution is both a savior and a reaper. It allows life to adapt and survive, but it also ensures that species don't stay the same forever. Over millions of years, environmental pressures, isolation, and genetic drift shape life into something new. So even if a species dodges extinction by every other means, it may still vanish, not in death, but in transformation. In the end, the story of life on Earth is a story of constant change, of emergence and extinction, of fleeting victories and bitter ends. And yet, out of the billions of species that have lived and died, everyone has played a role in shaping the world we know. Their bones lie buried in stone, their stories etched in ancient strata, their legacies whispering through time. It's humbling to realize that we too are part of that story, that one day, Homo sapiens may be just another name in the fossil record, another species that couldn't outrun the 15 million year clock. But while we're here, we have the rare privilege to look back, to study, to wonder, to tell these tales. And as long as we keep asking questions and seeking answers, perhaps those ancient voices won't be lost to time. If this journey through the perilous path of species survival captivated you, Then you're in the right place. Like this video, leave a comment with your favorite ancient species, and subscribe to Extinct World to continue exploring the wonders of Earth's forgotten past. Because every fossil holds a story, and every extinction, a lesson. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and keep digging deeper